Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Joao Cancelo. We are going to be giving an update in regard to his situation as he did miss the game against Atletico Madrid. And as all you know, we're going to be looking at some quotes from Deco. He gave an interview recently to the media. And then as well, towards the end of the video, we're going to be looking at some photos from Barcelona's recent training session with some youngsters. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into it and let's talk about Joao Cancelo, because Joao Cancelo, he did miss the match against Atletico Madrid. At first, it was saying due to like a personal problem, but now we have been given an update on like what that personal problem is and some clarification as well. And this is reported by Mundo Deportivo FFP Polo. And let's talk about it. Joao Cancelo missed the match against Atletico Madrid due to a medical recommendation in a preventative manner. Cancelo's relative has been diagnosed with a heart problem, and the club's medical services have subjected him to tests to confirm that everything is all right. After doing different tests and analysis, the conclusion is that Cancelo does not have any heart problems, and therefore he is fit to play. Now, guys, if you guys don't know, Sergio Aguero, when we did sign him, he was a little bit injury prone, but he did develop a heart problem, a heart issue. And, Sergio Aguero's Barcelona career was very, very short lived. And when, Sergio Aguero was there, funny enough, his last goal for the club was against Real Madrid in El Clasico. And in that game, he did suffer a heart problem. And it's so sad to see, for example, like that happened to these top level athletes. And so Barcelona, they wanted to take preventative measures to make sure that Joao Cancelo, doesn't have a repeat of that situation. And it's good news for us, that he doesn't have any heart problems. We want to make sure that he's 100% healthy and he's able to be out there on the pitch. And I'm very, very glad to see that, Joao Cancelo, he hasn't developed any heart issues or anything like that. But guys, now I want to be talking about Deco's interview with Que Te Juegues DNA. And he basically talks about the Barca DNA. My bad, guys. I was having a little bit of a stumble right there. But he talks about the Barca DNA, and this is what he says in regards to that. Barca DNA for me is technical quality, playing individuality. The Barca DNA is quality. Then there are the models and designs, very varied. Some verticality, some more possession based, how quick you are in the transitions, everything like that. That's where he says, like the models and the designs. But the DNA is player quality, playing, seeing something you like. Continuing on. He then talks about Xavi, because if you guys haven't watched our Monday episode, we did talk very briefly on whether Xavi should be staying, because recent performances in recent times, Barcelona, they've been playing a lot better, and there's been some murmurs in the Barcelona fan base asking the question, should Xavi stay? And now the board's position on this is clear. They want Xavi to stay. They're pressuring him a lot. Rafa Yuste, Laporta, they want Xavi to stay next season. And this is Deco's position on Xavi. I have already been asked about 10 times whether Xavi is leaving or not. I did not want Xavi to leave at the end of the season. We are in the league and the Champions League. There are objectives to be met, and we cannot be asking all day. Deco on Xavi's continuity. Xavi continues to tell us that his decision is irreversible. If something changes, he must let us know. If he tells us he wants to continue, we should talk to him. And this is now Deco talking about the new coach. There have been no negotiations with any coach. When you know your coach is leaving, we know who is available or not available. We are watching, but we have not made any moves. And so, that's why Barcelona, they haven't gone out and approached Hansi Flick. I'm guessing it's Barcelona, taking sort of a cautious approach, just looking at all the options out there and trying to make the best possible decision. And the situation on Xavi's future is still a little bit unclear. So that's why Barcelona, they're still a little bit hesitant on pulling the trigger on the new coach. Deco on Luis Enrique. I like him a lot. It is difficult to talk about coaches with whom I have not worked. He is a reference at all levels as a coach, manager, and as a person. He has all the things of a top coach. Deco on the Euro Cup and Olympic Games. As a club, we don't want any player to go to the European Championship and the Olympic Games. The federation knows this, but we will have to talk to the players and manage it. We will try not to let it happen. Now, this is in regards to Barcelona trying to take care of those players, such as maybe a Lamine Yamal or Pau Cubarsí, who are going to be playing in the Euros and could potentially play in the Olympic Games, for example. We saw what happened with Pedri, in which he played an absurd amount of games when he debuted. And then, after that, the next season that follows, he was very injury prone. And even to this day, we are suffering from the amount of games that Pedri has played. Now, Deco's going to be talking about the future of Araujo, of the Joaos, and Gavi, etc. Because, guys, the future on Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo is still not clear. The future on Joao Cancelo is a little bit more clear. Barcelona, they do want to keep him, but Joao Felix, that's a whole different story. And this is where Deco tries to bring some light to the whole scenario. It's key to keep what we have. A winning team is not made by changing players every year. This squad has a lot ahead of it, an incredible desire to do important things. It's something we have to take care of. I'm very happy, and it's not about to sell. And so, Deco is saying there, hey, if you are to, build a winning squad, you need the foundations there, and changing the players, changing the core of the team every year. It's not a recipe for a winning squad, and I completely agree with Deco. I believe the core should be the core, and maybe you can add one or two pieces here and there, or add some squad players, but the core of the team should stay the same, and that is which Barcelona, they should be looking to strengthen. Deco on renewal of Araujo. I did talk about it yesterday. Bayern Munich insisting on signing Ronald Araujo. Araujo will renew if he wants. We will make an effort because he deserves it. The club's effort is to maintain what we have. And so there we go. Deco saying that we want to keep Araujo and we're going to make the effort to do so. Deco, Cancelo, and Felix. Neither of them is ours. We have not paid a transfer fee for them. They have helped us a lot on the pitch. If given the situation like last year, we want them with us. Okay, interesting. Deco on Gavi's recovery. Recovery is going well. Gavi has a mental capacity different from the rest. It's leadership, and that's very good. And then lastly, guys, so the two final quotes I want to be talking about are these in regards to the Champions League. And he says this about the Champions League. Now people talking about winning the Champions League because we have reached the quarterfinals and we have played a good game against Naples, being quite superior. Now people are encouraged because it is normal, but internally we have already believed in the competition. We believe that we have a team to compete for the Champions League. Okay, so Deco and the Barcelona board, they were already confident, and I would say in the Champions League we have reached our goal for the season. We have we have reached the quarterfinals, and from here and out, just looking at the draw, Barcelona, they could potentially make a run deep into the Champions League if we beat PSG. And now, guys, I know this is a hot take, but I have said it on our Monday episode that I believe that if Barcelona beat PSG in the quarterfinals, I believe we will reach the final of the UCL. Whether we win it, that's a little bit more up in the air, but I am confident in this team. And I think, that momentum of beating PSG will take us all the way to the final. But, guys, that was a big interview from Deco. He talked about a lot of range of different topics. He talked about the Barca DNA, the emphasis on player quality. He also talked about the Champions League. He talked about Xavi. What do you guys make of that? He talked about the new coach, and he also talked about the futures of Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, mentioning that, hey, none of these are our players, but we will try to keep them as to have a winning squad. You cannot change it all the time. But now, guys, I want to be looking at some photos from Barcelona's training session with some Barca Athletic and the juvenile side. And in this image, Barcelona, they recently, as I said, they had a joint training session. And some of the, the youngsters that were called were Tony Fernandez, also Gustavo, Pocho Roman, Pau Prim, Andres Cuenca, Edu Sanchez, Brian Farinas, Thomas Marquez, Alexis Olmedo, Manu Villa, Joao Mendes. And as you guys can see right there, guys, some first team players, Or Romeo and Inigo Martinez. But it's very, very good to see, some Barcelona youngsters working with, the first team. And right here you see Xavi with Tony Fernandez, a 15-year-old in training today. And you're going to be seeing, these youngsters and during, this period where our main starters are away in international duty. And, Xavi is going to have some time to work a little bit more closely with those youngsters. And some more training photos. Right now, you see Ferran Torres back training with the squad. You see Marca Sala there as well. And lastly, there you guys have Order Mail. But guys, this is something that I would have to say and be very positive about Xavi's work at the club is that he has a very good relationship with La Masia, and he's given a lot of opportunities to these young players, and he's developing them extraordinarily well. And I like how he's managing their minutes. And this is in regards to, for example, Lamine Yamal, Fermin Lopez, Pau Cubarsí, Hector Fort. I'm liking the work that he's doing, and and during these international breaks, I think it's a good opportunity for Xavi, to have a good look at these youngsters and just say, hey, who's ready to make that jump next season, for example? Because I guarantee you guys that Pau Cubarsí and Hector Fort, these guys were already training with Barcelona before they even debuted. And I did see photos of them. Just for example, since we don't see them all the time, we don't see them near the first team. We don't get a glimpse of them. But as the Barcelona first team coach, you need to now have some experience with these players before you are able to call them up. But it's very, very good signs to see, that Xavi is working with these youngsters, and hopefully we can see another huge, huge challenge, such as maybe Pau Prim or for example, Tony Fernandez explode next season. But guys, definitely let me know your thoughts on everything that we have discussed on today's video. What do you guys make of Joao Cancelo being fit to play? He does not have a heart problem. And as well, what do you guys make of Deco's huge interview to the media? And as well as some of those photos that I shared with you guys, in which you saw Barcelona training with some youngsters. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in into the channel. Thank you guys for this amazing support that you guys are giving me every single day. And I catch you guys all in the next episode. Peace out, everyone.